everybody, welcome back or welcome to my channel as the Garden Turns. So today in this video, it's Friday by the way, and I told you guys I love doing me some copycat twist videos or just copycat videos of different things that I like to eat. One of my favorite places to eat in the St. Louis, it's an original, is Emo's. And my mom and I call him my stepfather, she said he used to pick her up Emo's when they were dating. And that was like, I don't know, Emo's opened in like the 60s, I think, and it was the 70s. Because I was born in 76, but Emo's holds a special place in my heart. I've eaten it all my life, and I have enjoyed every piece of crust and Provel cheese that I have eaten. There's just a confession. Okay, so just get into this. So this video, we're going to be making some homemade Emo Supreme Pizza burgers or homemade pizza buns. Okay. This is gonna be good. I know it is because I just know it is. So I've already added to my bowl here 1 1/3 cup of warm water, and to my bowl here we're gonna add flour, yeast, and salt. So you need 3 1/2 cups of flour. All right, so here's one. The wind is starting to pick up. Because we are expecting possible severe weather. Wow. Today here sometime coming up soon, I think. That's 2. We need 3 1/2 cups of flour. 3. So I have been watching that Diddy trial. You know, like the updates anyway, the evaluations or whatever they do of each night. Evaluations, I think, that they do every night. And I'm just blown away by just the nastiness of it all. I'm just saying, you need 1 teaspoon of yeast. Here's my yeast, and it kind of is just gross, you know. I don't know how anybody would want to be in Hollywood after hearing all this. It just makes my stomach go ew, you know. And I feel sorry for her. You know, she was chasing fame and she ended up catching a nutcase. I didn't mean it in that way, but you know what I'm saying. I meant a nutcase, a nutty person, and not a fool. Okay. Oh, okay. So you need 1 teaspoon of yeast. Lord Jesus. We need 1 tablespoon of salt. Yeah, but Diddy needs. I know they used to say people need Jesus, but you want to whisk this together. Diddy need, okay, he need help and Jesus. The Lord, he needs to take he need a break. Maybe, I mean, he needs a break. And I just have to say this. For all of those people, you know, like okay, so I know that when Jay-Z was accused of doing what he was accused of doing, he put out this statement that was like, they protect the girls and all of this and all of that and all of this. You know what I'm saying? But all I've been seeing from a lot of these people are not protection of the girls, if you understand what I'm saying. Like, you cannot just say that and then it's showing something totally different. Like, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I don't think that there's ever been a thing to say like we are protecting the women, because it don't appear to be that was done. That's all I'm saying. That is all that I am saying. I'm gonna remove this my dough hook, but you're gonna need your dough hook. You want to pour your mixture in on top of your water. I'm gonna take this off just so I can get it all in without getting the flour everywhere. You just want to pour it right on top. Like Peter Griffin would say, it grinds my gears. That grinds my gears that I read, you know, that you would put a statement out saying you protect women, and you from a neighborhood where you protect the women, and then that ain't what I've been seeing. I'm just saying. So I mean, are there other things you can look about? I mean, in that statement he made, you could have said things and not said that, because I just never felt that was true. But that's just me. That's just me. Now, when it's your kid, yeah, people protect their kid, but when it's somebody else's child, they don't. And most of these people that they do these things to are someone else's child. Just saying. All right, so we want to mix this for about 10 minutes on medium speed. And then once we are at 9 minutes, we're going to increase that to a high speed and mix it for 1 minute on high. So let me get this going. I'm gonna set my timer for 10 minutes. And I'm gonna give my machine a couple breaks in there because I don't want my machine to be, you know, like, no, I can't do it. So I'm gonna let this go for about 5 minutes, then I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna let you guys see, and then I'm gonna start it back up and let it get its last 5 minutes in. All right, y'all, like, share, and subscribe. Okay, so I'm gonna stop this and let you guys see what it's looking like. We're 3 minutes in only, but you can see a dough ball has formed here. It's really tough, and I know that you're kneading it that long to soften this up so that you can actually have an edible product at the end, because this is very hard. So this has to go a little bit longer. I just needed to get it back down because it had worked its way up the side of my bowl. Let me cut this down, and then I'm gonna let this go on medium. All right, so we are at the halfway point here. Let's see what this is looking like. I mean, it's getting softer. So we got 5 more minutes. Yeah, that is softer. That's getting a lot softer. Okay, put it back down and go. All right, so we are on our last minute, so we're gonna increase this now. Yeah, you can see it has softened quite a bit. This is a cool filling dough. So this is a great pizza filling dough too. All right, so you want to put the top down, and then you want to put this baby on high and let it go for our last minute. All right, so our time is up. Here is our ball of dough. Okay, so I'm gonna sit this here, grab some oil spray. I use canola oil. Spray the bottom of your pan. Not your pan, your bowl, your bowl. And then you want to put your dough in the bottom of the bowl. Smooth this back so you guys can see. All right, turn off our timer. I'm gonna spray the surface. And then I am going to cover this and let it rise for about 1.5 hours to 2 hours. All right, y'all, don't forget, like, share, and subscribe. All right, y'all, so it has been about 2 hours and this dough has arisen. This is some solid dough, but it's supposed to be. This is for some nice pizzas, burgers. Okay, so we're gonna separate this into our buns. And I'm trying to think, what kind of buns I want here? What kind of shapes? Let me see. I think I'm gonna just do round. It's a hamburger. All right. Let me cut this in half. This is dough, okay? All right, next you want to take it. We're gonna form our buns. Okay, so that's one. Place this on your parchment lined baking tray here. And I'm going to use the 2 biggest ones for our sandwiches. I made 2 bigger ones for our sandwiches for dinner anyway. Get the rest of these rolled. Okay, so we have all of our buns on a tray. I'm going to push down on them to spread them just a little bit because they're going to rise right back up. So this is the smallest one, but we good. Next, we want to take a little bit of flour and dust the tops, and then we're going to cover and let this rise again for about 1 hour. And then it's going to go into the oven. All right. Okay, so the buns have been rising now for probably about 10-15 minutes. They probably have about 40-45 minutes or more to go. So I'm going to put a pan in my oven right now with water in it. So about 35 to 40 minutes before your dough is done rising, you want to put this in the oven. So I'm going to go ahead and throw this in the oven. My oven is preheated to 375 degrees. I'm going to throw this in there and then get it all nice and steamy for our bread. Oh my gosh, look at this. Come here, Max. Come on, stand out here. Sit. Look at the tree. It's a tree that fell on our street. You can't get through. Look at the sky. Oh my gosh. It looks awful out here. And then this is a one-way street, mind you. I just heard all of the windows in the house like oof. Let me go in. Look at that. Pray for us again. This is another tornado warning. Another tornado coming through here, I think. All right. Okay, so I have about 15 minutes left on my rise. So what I'm going to do now is turn my oven up to 450 degrees. All right, and then I have my water bath in there, and it's steamy. When I opened the oven up a couple minutes ago, it was so steamy. It was just great. And then I also have a pizza stone that I put in my oven. Here's the bread here. Let me show you the stone. And I have that heating, and you can see the steam coming off of my water bath there. So in about 15 minutes, I'm going to place these. I'm going to cut these into little squares and place them on my baking stone, and then let these go for about 12 to 15 minutes or until they're golden brown. All right, y'all. Okay, so as you can see, I've cut my buns, the parchment paper. I'm going to throw these directly onto my my baking stone in my oven here. I'm going to show you guys what it looks like once I can get them all on. All right, as you can see, they are all on my pizza stone. Now I'm going to put these in the oven. Go ahead and push them in. Let me pull this away from there. They all won't stick together. Push this in. Let them go for about 12 to 15 minutes. All right, so I'm about to take my buns out of the oven. So I have some butter, a little bit of Aglio Olio seasoning, which is right here. Probably about a half teaspoon. And then a little bit of onion salt. And I use Trader Joe's onion salt blend. Okay, so we're going to take our pizza dough buns out of the oven for our Emo's pizza burgers tonight. Ooh. You can make your own bread. Ooh, these are beautiful, y'all. These are beautiful. Look at that. All right, now I'm going to brush the tops with my butter here. This is an onion butter. All right, you want to brush the tops? Tell me that ain't pretty. All right, y'all. So here are our finished pizza dough buns for our Emo's burgers. Supreme burgers, actually. Let me see what one looks like on the bottom here. Ooh, they crispy. And then they didn't burn. So that's good. All right, y'all. All right, woo. Don't forget, like, share, and subscribe.
Okay, now we're gonna cut our buns open.
Let's see what they look like inside. We haven't done that yet.
All right.
How do they look?
They look good, like good bread.
Pizza dough buns.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
All right, so we got some butter, and we're just gonna melt it and just get those a little light toast. Okay, and then we'll be ready to put it all together, right?
Yep.
All right. Next episode.
Okay, y'all, so I'm gonna put these sandwiches together. Do one first. I got my bun. So a tornado actually touched down in North St. Louis City. Pray for everybody. I think they said 3 lives were lost. We were watching it now, but I mean, it was scary there for a minute. The lights were flickering, and you saw the front. So these are hot. So I'm gonna get one off. Put that on the bun here. And then we have some of our onions, bell peppers, and mushrooms. You want to put some of that on top. Now, if you want, you can add some more tomato sauce, some more of your pasta sauce, and I'm going to do that here. All right, and then we have our salad, our homemade salad with our kale, spinach. I have a little bit of dill cut up on top. And let me see, I think I got some, there's some sage. There's a lot of different garden veggies in here. Some walking stick kale. I'm just going to add some of that to my plate here. And then I have some shredded parm. Add a little bit of shredded Parmesan. And then we have our lemon ranch dressing. Just add some of that here. It looks good and it tastes good. I tried it. Look at that. Oh yeah, it looks so good. So this is what we were having for dinner. And then for dessert, I'll show you some whatchamacallit bars that I made, but I turned these into ice cream sandwiches. So these are copycat whatchamacallit bars. You can eat them as is, or you can turn them into ice cream sandwiches like that I did. So that is what we're having for dessert and dinner. Emo Supreme Pizza hamburgers. What are you having with the garden fresh salad? Like, share, and you know what to do. Subscribe. Okay, so I'm going to cut one of these so you guys can see what it looks like, and I can see what it looks like as well. Whatchamacallit ice cream sandwiches. Uh-oh. Okay, so let me pick this up. You can see that. So you can see the chocolate, caramel layer, Rice Krispie treat layer, ice cream, Rice Krispie, caramel, chocolate. Okay, so I'm going to see if I can cut this in half. So we're probably just going to eat one of these together because this is pretty big. So I'm going to cut it in half. And then this time, I got a bread knife, y'all. This was in my deep freezer. And my deep freezer freezes deep. All right. Oh my gosh. Okay, so look at that ice cream in the middle there. That was hard to cut. So we're going to let this sit out for a while so it can soften up. We don't want to break nothing. So we got our chocolate, caramel, Rice Krispie, nice layer of ice cream with peanut butter chocolate chips, Rice Krispie, caramel, and chocolate. This is our Rice Krispie treat, whatchamacallit copycat ice cream sandwich. All right, y'all, don't forget, like, share, and subscribe. Then make this sandwich.